you ever wonder why today's hubs and bearings look so complicated and they got all kinds of wires and stuff coming out of them? It's coming right up. Well, we're at the 2015 NACE Cars Convention in Detroit, and I'm in the Timkin booth, and I'm with Rick Domin, and he is a product analyst with Timkin. So, Rick, today's bearings, they really look kind of ominous. They got all kinds of wires coming out of them. They really look like they're engineered to do something way more than I ever thought when I first started looking at bearings. So what's up with that?
Well, Jim, thanks for having us or stopping by here. It's true, they are more complicated today than they were in the late 70s, early 80s, but they're also asked to perform a lot more functions. You know, not only are they carrying the weight of the vehicle, but they're also telling the vehicle itself the wheel speed and whether the brakes are locked up or whether that individual wheel end's locked up. It even gets so complicated as it's actually an input to the computer system as far as the wheel speed goes, an input to engine management control system. So, and everything is packaged in one neat little package. We put the sensor on the outside of the bearing, but it's reading a target wheel that's down inside the bearing. It is protected from the elements, and so you don't get that corrosion and interference from outside weather and stuff affecting it. So we put the bearings together. We set the internal clearance so the installer or the end user does not have to anymore. It's set to our specifications. It's always right, and then we seal it up with the proper amount of lubrication in there. And one of the points I want to make is you never have to add lubricant to these sealed hub units. Okay, so I know I've seen some ads out there where people are claiming that they pull the sensor out and add a little extra grease, and it's not a good idea. Okay, we have the right amount in there to begin with. So.
Wow, that's really fantastic. You brought up a lot of good points there. I heard you say that we don't have to worry about matching these up anymore. We don't have to assemble them ourselves. You do that.
That is correct. And we set the internal clearances. So, you know, the old days of adjusting the bearings to get the right end play, well, we take care of all that for you now.
That is just fantastic. And I like the idea that you've got the wheel speed sensor in there so that it's safe from corrosion and outside elements. And remember,
Absolutely.
We used to have to put those in, install them as a separate piece, and sometimes that wasn't the best way to do it. Remember how rusty they would get and stuff would get on a tone ring and everything?
Yes.
Can't do that now, can it?
No, absolutely not. As long as the bearing stays sealed, which it will as long as no one messes with it, you're good to go.
All right, you heard what Rick said. As long as the bearing stays sealed and you don't mess with it, you're definitely good to go. This is great. Timkin has really come together with a package that's going to make installing, replacing these wheel bearings and hubs a whole lot better than it ever was before.
Absolutely.